most of the things I do is normally first times for me because I try to do as many things as possible, like keep my range very, very broad in a sense. Like I don't want to be stuck down to one medium, one style of painting, one kind of. I want to do anything and everything I possibly can. He was like, "What do you mean teach you? Like, have you ever tattooed before?" I was like, "No, like I'm planning on starting." He was like, "Dude, what? You're gonna have an apprentice teach you how to tattoo?" And so I was like, "Yeah, I mean, that was the plan. I don't know what else to do." And so he was like, "Dude, come over here." Showed me all his machines, probably around $2,000-3,000 worth, and he was like, "You bought an $80 piece of equipment, and all these are worth over $2,000. Like, you should not tattoo somebody with that." Like, he just was like, "Do not do it." And I was like, "All right." We end up going outside, smoke a cigarette together. He asked to see some of my artwork. I pull up some pictures on my phone, show him, and he's just instantly asked me. It was like, "Look, I'll offer you an apprenticeship. Like, I really like your artwork. Like, I know you've never tattooed before, but I can teach you. I've been tattooing for over 43 years. Like, if you're gonna do it, like, this would be the spot to do it." We go inside. He shows me the agreement. I take it home. I think about it for a day, and I just thought to myself, like, if I said no to this opportunity, like, I would have really regretted it. And so I'm glad that I did say yes, and that I was able to start doing this less than 3 weeks ago, and now I've already done over 11 tattoos, which is crazy for having never practiced before. I started, and 3 days later, he had someone come in, and he was like, "All right, you're tattooing this person." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like,
what number tattoo was I?
You were number 3.
One hit 13 performances. Nice. Have you ever been here with one?
But she's gonna be my next model.
One.
My next tenor model.
She is one of the best
A week before Katrina, my dad actually committed suicide, and me and my mom and my sister, we were coming back from the store, and we get to the house, and my mom tells me and my sister to go say hi to your dad. So we go to the bedroom, and the door's locked, and there's a note on the door. Subconsciously, yes, because I've had tons of people, like, I'll just draw some shit, and it'll be really fucking dark, like someone falling, dying, just very, like, dark color, just subconsciously, like, sometimes it comes out dark, but then when I consciously try to make art, I try to use as brightest colors as possible, because I'm not trying to make dark art, but subconsciously it just, like, it comes out sometimes. Create art sober, and it's cool and all, but, like, it's just a lot cooler doing it high. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to sound like a fucking jerk off or anything, but, like, it's just more fun. It's the brain juice flowing. Good music is key too. Again, that probably is going to be my last time painting on clothes for a while. I'll probably will just stick to shoes and other things. And another good thing about, like, trying anything and everything is you really find out what you do and don't like, so that you can take what you like and really just apply yourself to it and get good at it. Like, that's my way of thinking. If I do something, I know pretty much immediately if I'm gonna like it or if I'm gonna fucking hate it.
So it's called a starter bubble. It's the first thing you learn before you learn how to blow anything.
Student records, they have a form you fill out. I did that, but here's the thing. The head of the department at the time, whatever the fuck her name was telling me I couldn't take the class because I'd be a bad representation of Loyola over there because of my grades. Look, like, this is a representation of me, not my grades, like, not my character, like, my art and who I really am. Like, my grades do not determine how I will represent the school over there. That's making an assumption. Like, shit was ridiculous. And so I finally was able to get someone higher than her to pass off on the form. And so I was allowed to take the class. It's about a king, a queen, and a tooth fairy. But the idea behind it is the king and the queen can't really have kids, and the tooth fairy doesn't have any parents. So they talk to this old man who's kind of like the wise man for the king and queen, and he goes out and he finds the tooth fairy and brings them back, and they have a family now. So it's kind of about adoption and whatnot. It's got that second symbolism and meaning.
That's really cool.
It was when the wizard meets him first. I'm probably gonna paint over this face and redo him, but yeah, dude. Visionary art is kind of these people who use psychedelics to get these mystical experiences and then project that on a canvas. And I love that shit. I incorporate it into some of my artwork. I just find that this visionary art is the new surrealism in a sense. So there was a lot of support for art. There's a lot of support throughout the entire city for art. And so it helped in that sense instead of a city like maybe New York or somewhere a little different where it might be a little more like cutthroat. Like, I hate to say that word, but like, I mean, it's hard to make it out in New York, but like New Orleans you can do pretty decent and still be pretty small time, but like have a pretty good connections throughout the city in most things. And so I wanted to be out in San Francisco, and I honestly had no fucking idea what would have happened to me if I'd have just went out there freshman year. I'd have been fucking, I don't know, but...
You think you'd be here?
Ah, dude.
You think you'd actually be like a published author?
I don't know. I definitely would have... Fuck, that's hard because I finished the first children's book in the middle of freshman year. I don't know, dude. I guess I am glad I stayed here. Making a realization right now. Look what we can do.
Yeah, one conversation you
yeah,
got.
Dude, I used to fucking... Damn. I talked so much shit about New Orleans the past couple months, saying I fucking hate it, ready to leave, fucking picking out a place, moving there. But honestly, without it, I would not have been as deep in art as I probably would have been if I'd have gone to San Francisco and had just been somewhere I'd never been before. You know, like, being here kind of made me realize early on, like, the end of my sophomore year that I didn't need to do all the partying and that I should, like, start taking my art more seriously. But if I'd have been in a city like San Francisco with all this stuff I've never done and seen before, I think I maybe would have been a little more distracted and wouldn't have gotten as serious as early about my art. So, glad I stayed here.
Anything you want to say to the camera you didn't get a chance to?
If I look goofy, I'm sorry. That joint was huge.
Perfect.
Alright.
Alright.